I don't wish to be in Bola Tinubu's shoes. Anybody taking up the government of Nigeria after the government of General Buhari was taking on more than anybody can chew. The situation was extremely bad. And unfortunately for the president, even though hoping that he was doing the best for Nigeria, these initial policies have really resulted in so much pain for Nigerian people, especially the total removal of oil subsidy at the first speech on his inauguration, and then the trying to harmonize the exchange rate. These were good policies, but they had not been thought through and implementation thought through. So as the pains are coming on with hunger, poverty, loss of jobs, unemployment, and insecurity still, being fueled by all of these, it's a big one to chew for the president. Now, the unfortunate thing is that we are in a very difficult position to grow the economy right now, because our oil, which is the main source of our income, that is the only thing that we produce in Nigeria that gives us sufficient income. A lot of that oil has already been compromised to pay for services that were negotiated for the country. And then the massive theft of the crude oil. So you find that the earning capacity of the country has been reduced to almost zero. And on top of this, you have massive loan that has been taken. Even to service this loan is a gargantuan problem, not to talk of having excess to now grow the economy. Because to grow the economy now, you have to diversify that economy. You have to find other sources of production in which Nigeria has comparative advantage, some low-hanging fruits that we can invest in and make money. And that is the only window, as far as I'm concerned, for borrowing money right now in Nigeria. Borrow money to invest for productivity, and that productivity will pay for the loan and generates money for the economy to grow. If we don't do that, we will just be recycling poverty, because our loan debt will continue to increase. The percentage of servicing this debt with our gross national product will continue to increase, and there is no end to poverty, there's no end to hunger, there's no end to all the negative things that a poor economy can give to a country. So the president needs to think outside the box. This is a time to create a powerful economic team that is not does not obey tribe, religion, political party. No, the best economic team that the country can produce at this time, because we need to think outside the box on how to solve the economic problem. If you solve it, you solve insecurity, you solve unemployment, you solve hunger, you solve poverty, you solve most of the problems that people are complaining about today. Inflation will come down if there's more food. The basis of inflation is supply and demand. If there's no supply and there's so much demand, the money will go up. And that's what's happening every day. You go out in the morning, what you have priced in the morning, you come back in the afternoon to buy it, it has added money. You come back in the evening, it has added money. I've never seen an inflation that is a runaway inflation like we have in our country today. So my first advice is that President needs a strong economic team to help him. Number two is all hands must be on deck. And for all hands must be to be on deck, the government must strive for unity. It was wrong enough to go for Muslim tickets. Okay, we have overcome that. Now the president is in power with his vice president, Muslim. But the government must be seen to be working as if we are running a country as captured in our constitution, that it is not a country where any religion takes sway. It is a country where you can worship God the way you want to worship God. And that does not deter from what you can contribute to the nation. He must run a country that does not know tribe. Putting one tribe to run the country now will not bring unity. It will not bring all hands on deck to solve the problem of Nigeria. And above all, if there's anything that must take a preemptive position, is meritocracy. We have to go for our best because we are down and there's nowhere to fall again. So the only thing that can take us up, let us bring our first 11, meritocracy. Let's look for the best in whatever position that is available. This is the time that the best in Nigeria can help us to save Nigeria. It's not time for nepotism. It's not time for my church member, my old schoolmate, my ebo, or whatever you call it in other languages. No, it is time for meritocracy. Let us look for the best to help us save Nigeria. I wish the president and his government well.